Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Free Outside podcast. We're brought to you by Jonji, Garage Grown Gear, CS Coffee, and Mount to Coast. I'm your host, Allison Powell. Wait, you're here to learn about Jeff? You want to talk to Jeff? Jeff, I have some questions for you.
All right. More questions.
Welcome to your own podcast.
Thank you for the welcoming environment.
So, take me through your training for the Appalachian Trail record. What have you been doing to prepare your body and your mind for success?
Hold on. We've got to unpack this first because it's not your podcast debut. You've had a couple of them. But who are you channeling right now? Like, your style? Because you know that guy that does the daily that kind of talks like that in like good does that? There's a little bit of that in there. There's some Mr. Rogers in there.
I don't know, but I did realize about halfway through that sentence, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this up.
Yeah, because it's always like, hello, how are you today? It's just like really, really interesting pauses that we've accepted feel normal on a newscast, but definitely don't.
It's also a little bit like an ADD 8-year-old that is just really trying to show you their dinosaur collection. But also there's like cool lightning going on outside or something, and they're like, okay, so this one, this one, this one, this one, and you're like, oh my god, just tell me the name of the dinosaur.
No, I think I see it more like a newscast where you just go like into traffic and weather or like, and now we're gonna go live to Joe on the street talking to us about the rabid squirrel that beat a hyena with a watermelon. All right, Joe, how are you today? That's kind of what I pictured it.
Is this sort of like the news reporter that was like, hello, I am here at the site of the train crash, but don't worry, the train is fine.
Yeah, kind of. It's almost like we were having a normal conversation and then you immediately went into, now I'm on the air. We are live. Didn't see you there. I happen to be reading a cookbook, which is something I often do, unless reading a different book makes me look smarter, then that is actually what I do.
Sometimes I do read cookbooks. Sometimes I do. Also, yesterday...
On this note, what do you think is the most embarrassing thing you've ever read?
I mean, probably all the Twilight books, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I've probably read some really embarrassing pamphlets at like doctor's offices or waiting rooms because you're like, my eyes cannot be looking around at everyone else here. I have to be reading something.
I've got to be busy.
Yeah, I have to be unapproachable.
I will say I did read a book one time, just because it sounded really interesting and fascinating to me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It was a memoirish book written by a woman who wrote for, I don't know, Cosmo or something, but it was about her journey, like trying to figure out her own sexual pleasure and stuff, and just like exploring sort of the science of it. And
I'm gonna have to mark this as mature content.
Definitely. But anyway, it was like really good. It was about kind of her dating life, and also like she would go to like porn sets and like interview porn stars. Like that was her job. It just was interesting. But anyway, I finished reading this book. This is not the embarrassing part. But for a while, my ex and I had the same Kindle account, obviously when we were like together and still dating, but we'd broken up at that point. And after I'd finished reading that book, he texted me and was like, can you please log out of my Kindle account? So he probably saw me reading the book title, like was getting emails about it or something. So that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. I think, do you have your phone?
Yeah.
I think we should just do the whole yesterday episode again, because this is a really better sounding environment.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I blurred the whole screen yesterday too, because
Okay.
it had on an effect to blur background, but it thought we were the background.
Do you want to just do everything that you were talking about, and then you can make this a 2-parter if you want, like a good Doctor Who episode?
Yeah, we'll just do everything. We have like 20 minutes before your call, we can
Oh,
fit
yeah.
it all in, I think.
We've got 28 minutes.
Yeah, but I was going to give you a buffer. I can't operate on no minutes of transition, but
I
maybe you
can.
can. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not
You
worried about it.
levitate. Okay.
I just have to get onto my computer. It's
Yeah,
fine.
climb on top.
I might have deleted all my questions, but I can remember them, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll answer the same ones wrong that I did before. We did a rehearsal, as they say in your business.
Yeah,
It
yes.
shouldn't
in
even
my
bother you. It
business.
should feel normal. We did a rehearsal
It
yesterday.
completely feels normal. Absolutely. That's why I enjoy too, like, just doing a little bit of a character thing. I could do the whole thing in a
Okay.
silly accent.
Okay, the rest of the episode, all your questions and comments, the theme is anything but you. That's your
Ooh.
style. Okay, let's go for it now. If you want to hear about
Well,
her,
folks,
listen.
here we are down here at the racetrack with Jeff Garmire. Jeff, how are you going to set the fastest stone time? What are your plans? What's your training? How are you doing?
Wow. Good. Wow, that was a lot. That's why I don't live in the South or in the 50s. Yeah, good.
Take us through your training plan.
Yeah.
Didn't you want me to ask about that?
Yeah, it's just a little distracting how I'm being asked. Yeah, I trained by basically doing the exact activity. So I had 2 weeks out with Nick Fowler, then another big week, and 100, and then a little, like about a week of easier stuff, and then I did another week of ramping up, and then went to the East Coast and ran a lot of miles at a walking pace. I think that's what we should call ultra running at a walking pace, because that is what it is. And everyone is so tied to saying they ran 100 miles, and that's fine. But let's just say you ran it at a walking pace. That would be more normal.
No argument from me.
Yeah, so I just basically did a bunch of time on trail with a pack and with weight. And I hope that helps, because I haven't run this week because I've been way too busy.
So tell me more about your plans. You have food. You're mailing yourself food. Explain this to me.
Yeah, so, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue to introduce the concept of the post office to the Americas. And I'm taking full advantage. So I have found in the past that I work better and am more efficient if I have everything into one day bag, so I know what I'm eating every single day. And that's what I've done this time. Is I took a lot of those bags from Winco that actually often break. One time I was getting peanut M&Ms and the bottom of the bag broke and they just exploded onto the floor. And I was getting these peanut M&Ms for a race, and so I had like probably 10 pounds of them, and it just sounded like a machine gun because they were like just like pouring out of the bag. And like other shoppers are looking at me, and one guy's like, "Oh, I think you're gonna need a broom," and it was like, "Yeah, probably." But all the employees, none looked over at me. They could not have cared less. It was just a normal event in the day of Winco. And then people's carts start rolling over them, and you can hear their carts like skidding because they're getting stuck in the wheels. And all of this I've created, and this is just like the worst nightmare. But looking back, it's hilarious. You could just the carts are just going like just like dragging massive amounts of peanut M&Ms across the floor. My bag is empty now. They've all spilled out. But I need to get peanut M&Ms, so I get another bag, and no big deal, and then go up to the front. And then when I'm putting it on the checkout thing, the bag breaks again, and it starts pouring all on the ground. And once again, the checkout lady doesn't even look up. Not her problem. The people around me are like, "Oh, I need to clean this up." And then as I'm leaving, I just leave those there. It was a signal that I'm not getting peanut M&Ms today. One of the guy behind me that's checking out says to the checkout clerk, "Yeah, I think someone needs to sweep this up." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she calls for someone on the phone. Like, she just missed this whole thing happening. And now they've heard about the peanut M&M bandit who probably dropped $50 worth of M&Ms all over their store and didn't buy any of them. So those are the types of bags that I'm depending on to store every single day of food. And yeah, I'm partitioning it out into the right amount. I have a schedule and itinerary, and then I'm putting it in boxes to mail. Most of them are going to be priority flat rate boxes because I'm rich.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm very good at building boxes and labeling things. How have you chosen what kind of food items, calories, taste, quality? I don't know who this person is.
Me neither. I've chosen them. Basically, I tried one system for the time I spent out in Maine and New Hampshire, and I gave myself either a B minus or a C plus. I'll have to check my education records on my food strategy. And I needed to improve and have a lot more diversity because diversity is cool. And so I decided I'm going to have to make like 40 to 45 different days worth of food. And so I'm making like 8 or 9 at a time. And then I'm just, every time I have a box of, say, 2 days of food, one will be from one of those batches of 8 and one will be from another because they're made up of different things. And a lot of it's nut based, but then I just really needed more savory and fun stuff. Like everyone loves Dot's pretzels and goldfish, lots of just like flavored nuts. The only way to nut is flavor. And then, so that, and then I have this drink mix that's like 1,000 calories for probably 6 ounces. And then also my mother, bless her soul, made some fig bars. She's still with us. She's just out on the Colorado Trail, so it's probably really hard. She's close to heaven at 14,000 feet. But she made these fig bars that are 1,000 calories and about 6 ounces as well. So that right there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of cold soaking, especially early, because I'm not going to have a stove. But I think breaking up some of the calories early on when it's harder to eat are going to be good. So cold soaking ramen and probably adding a squeeze packet of peanut butter to make it a Americanized peanut sauce.
Well, that's like pretty cool and stuff, because like I obviously really like peanut butter and think peanut butter is really delicious and yummy. And a lot of times you like don't like peanut butter. And I just don't even get people who like don't have peanut butter in their house. Like, have you ever stayed at somebody's house and you're like, oh, I just had peanut butter toast for breakfast, and then they don't even have a toaster and they don't even have peanut butter, and it's like, how do you even live?
No, never actually. Not even once in my life have I ever had that complaint. Never. 0 times.
One time I was living at a place in Santa Fe for like 6 weeks, and they didn't have a toaster, and I just toasted. And at the place I lived in Calgary didn't have a toaster, and I just would toast bread in the oven.
Wow. I think that's the original toaster. Is the oven just a big toaster?
It's a giant toaster. The
What
oven
what is this character?
it was starting out as Valley Girl and it's turned into Alien.
Yeah, it's turned into something alien.
It's turned into Kristen Wiig, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, or like those aliens in Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
We need your help.
imagine if you just showed up to an audition and they're like, okay, now we need you to do an alien voice. What would you do?
Probably something like that. Like, hello, Earthlings. Hello, Earthlings. We're here for your blood.
I have an amazing idea, and I'm pitching it live on the air. I think there should be a reality dating show where you win money by doing certain like challenges on a date. This is a great, like, if you,
I love it. Like, how weird can you act and like
Like,
still
if you-
you're like trying to get a second date, but you've got to be weird. You've got to like
you
earn
win
points.
all this money if you get the second date. So
Mm-hmm.
you can acquire all this money, but if they don't say you can go on a second date, then you lose it all. That would keep people till the end.
Oh yeah, so like if you do like a weird voice or something, then you get like $50 or whatever.
It's like
It racks up.
alien imitation is like
Mm-hmm.
$100, and then you're like thinking like, how do I get the conversation? So you're like, yeah, do you believe in aliens? And then you're like trying to get it to the point where you can work in your alien thing.
Just be like, oh, I believe in aliens. The ones who are like,
And like one of them is like your card gets declined, and it's just like some really embarrassing things, but you have to navigate them to get money and also get to a second date. Because if you do none of them, you don't get any money.
How did I get a second date?
I don't know.
Oh, wasn't too weird right out the
Well,
gate?
you showed up late and talked about how much color you loved.
I know.
So those were tough.
That was rough. I
And then you were vegan, so we had to go to 3 different ice cream shops.
It did give us a lot of time to walk around and chat.
Yep.
I also said, let's go to this place to eat dinner, but apparently I had meant the place next door, and so, oh well, it worked out, obviously. It was
Well,
fine.
that place was so average, it's out of business now.
That's true. R.I.P. R.I.P. God bless.
All right, what other questions do you have?
What else did you want me to ask you about?
Well,
Or is it back to me?
I didn't plant these questions. We can't let them in behind the scenes.
Sorry. Charles, have I covered everything? I mean, Joffrey, have I covered everything to your desires?
Do you have any follow-up questions from yesterday you'd like to ask?
Of course, darling. Of course I do.
Luke is going to love this episode. He is going to watch it like this.
So, today... Wait, I should do a different voice for this section.
My hair looks like I should be the one talking like you, but you're the one talking like that. So it's a good juxtaposition here.
Let me see if I can do a good, like, mean kind of accenty thing. Okay. No, that just sounds weird.
She's a classically trained actress.
I'm trying to get into my Russian accent and it's really tripping me up. Sorry, guys. I only had 90 seconds to prepare.
You had your whole lifetime and a 4-year college degree to prepare.
That's true. That's true. Putting that BA in theater, hard to work.
Wow. That's why it wasn't a BA in English.
Ooh, definitely not.
Hard to work.
Hard to work. It is hard to work sometimes. Why is that the only voice I can do now? Mr. Potter. That's who I sound like.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just give up on that because it's not happening.
Okay, yeah. We've really suffered through it with you. So this is brought to you by John G. I have to do another ad read because they gave me more money. You know, people can look behind the scenes. So I'm wearing the AFO Ultra 5-inch shorts, the AFO visor, and the snappy Trekker shirt with the sleeves cut off. Cut off your own sleeves because it looks sick and hot. You can get those at John G. Code free outside. All right, we paid the bills. Onward.
Class, here we are today. We're going to take a very serious test on your Appalachian Trail knowledge. How many states does the trail go through?
13.
Wrong, 14.
Oh, no.
I should do like Billy on the street, like, for $1, how many states does the Appalachian Trail go through?
13.
Wrong, 14.
Damn it! Ask me again. Do it again.
How many states does the Appalachian Trail go through?
13.
No, still 14.
Ah! I suck
Still
at this.
14.
Oh.
No state has seceded so far in
Wow.
recent history.
So we still count North Carolina as a state, huh?
Sure do. How many visitors does the Appalachian Trail get every year?
More than 10.
Correct. Over 3 million. Ding, 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 ding.
I think like 5 million people go to the Smokies.
Take it up with the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. That's where I got my answers. What was the original southern terminus of the trail?
Mount Macadoodle.
Mount Oglethorpe. You are getting no dollars.
Man, well, it should be Flag Mountain, the southernmost mountain that's 1,000 feet in the Appalachian Range.
No one cares.
Okay.
What hiker town was?
Hot Springs.
You have to let me ask.
Oh, I knew it though.
Correct. You have gotten $1. Who's holding this microphone?
What was the question?
What?
The listeners want to know the question.
What hiker town was a prison camp during World War One? Hot Springs.
Oh, I was going to say New York City.
I mean, maybe, but the trail doesn't really go through there, does it?
No.
But you can see it from the
Tokyo.
trail. Tokyo's not in the Appalachian Mountains.
Hmm.
How many times would a hiker go up Mount Everest while doing the whole entire trail?
None, because Mount Everest is not on the Appalachian Trail.
Incorrect. Incorrect. No dollars for you. It's 16 times.
How?
That is math. Don't ask me. That's what Google.
Mount
Appalachian
Everest
Trail
is not
says.
on the trail. They don't go up at any times.
What if I just turned into like a little Tweety bird?
What?
That could be my next voice, just this. It's only really funny if I try to talk in a really low voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Now we're going to do a quick ad break and thank the Golden Hour Adventure Podcast, Justin and Robbie, for supporting a fellow podcaster in his quest to become greater than average. Thanks, guys. Check them out. Give them 5 stars. Or 4. 4 is pretty good. That's 80%.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Now take us out, unless you have more questions, with your best monologue.
Well, I do have more questions. I have questions for the listeners to get to know you better.
Okay.
Who's the hottest 101 Dalmatian?
I cannot answer this.
You just really loved that movie when you were a kid. Who was your favorite one? How about we just say favorite?
My favorite. I don't remember any of their names. John? Frank? Harry?
Sure.
Buster?
Sure.
Madison? Buddy?
I think Buddy's from Air Bud. Was his name Buddy? Probably.
It should have been called Air Buddy.
Definitely.
Man, that would really... That kid's probably in therapy the rest of his life. His freaking dog was better than him at every single sport. They're you can only join the team because your dog's
Because of your dog. Do you think you could do like a funny parody of that with hiking? Like put a pack on a golden retriever and just send him down the trail?
You got the connection, so we got this game show. And let's do Air Bud Appalachian Trail.
Yes.
And he goes for the record.
So now what have you learned about how to pronounce the trail name? Does it change throughout the country?
I think you just say it different ways all the time so no one pins down how you actually say it.
Like Appalachian?
Yeah, Appalachian, 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 Appalachian? Yeah, Appalachian.
You just pretended something totally different and look at it and be like, oh, yeah, Timbuktu.
Yeah, that's like when you watch a 4-year-old read when they really want to know how to read. They're like, 2 trees became a giraffe together in the making of the square tied thing with salt, and my pony is upstairs. That's like how 4-year-olds read.
One time I saw 2 6-year-olds playing chess against each other, but they were not properly playing chess. They were, however, saying to the other one, like, wait, you can't make that move. And then the other one would be like, oh, you're right. I have to do it. I have to do a different move because those are the rules. And they'd be like, yeah, those are the rules. And you're like, you're both just completely lying to the other one. Neither of you are following any set of known rules.
No, they're playing make-believe. And trying to play that as an adult with a kid, it's awful because you cannot win the game. They'll just be like, you can't do that. And it's like, well, you didn't say that was part of the rules. And they're like, yeah, but it is now. Like, you're not allowed to do that move because you'll win. I'm the only one allowed to win, and I'm going to make up the rules along the way so that that happens.
One time when I was babysitting, a kid was explaining to me how to do something. I don't even remember. And I just didn't quite understand what specifically they were asking. They wanted me to draw something, I think. And I said, can you just explain that to me again? I just want to make sure, I'm doing what you want. And she goes, no, I only explained the rules one time. And if you didn't hear them, then that is your own fault for not listening. And I was like, wow, okay.
Wow.
But in my place, I guess I'll just try to draw you a butterfly or something. I don't know what we're asking for over here.
Yeah, wow.
What is your favorite food and snack?
Probably chips and salsa or ice cream. Or chips and salsa with ice cream.
What's your best?
Chips and salsa sundae.
Ugh. What's the preferred salsa, chip, brand, or flavor or whatever, and ice cream flavor?
Probably Juanitas, and probably any salsa that is fresh and refrigerated. If it can't give you botulism, it's not for me. Actually, that's not even true because I think it comes from the can.
I was going to say, I think the can ones give you botulism. You're just trying to not get botulism out here. That should be the title of this episode. Jeff Garmire against botulism.
I'm taking a stand. Vote for me if you're also against botulism.
Are you anti-botulism? The hero we need.
Yeah, I need to run for office and that something like that be the platform where it's like every single person can't argue with that. And then when people go out and like canvass or help me get votes, I'm just gonna have them say like, you're against botulism, right? And they're like, yeah. Well, then vote for Jeff Garmire. Boom.
Yeah.
Out of there. And then you just leave before they can argue. What else does he stand for? Does it matter? Do you want everyone...
you saying you want people to die of botulism?
Yeah, this is the Fox News, Tucker Carlson style of like, once you say that and they don't vote for you, you just become, so you want people to die of botulism?
There you go.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. The art of negotiation.
Yep. Anti-botulism, pro outside.
Free outside.
Yeah, well, I got to start charging. Maybe how about moderate amount outside?
How did you come up with the name Free Outside for all your stuff?
I just knew it was the best name, so I bought it when I was in 2015.
Is it because like you feel really free outside, like free of expectations and societal pressures, and you get to just really be yourself? Or
I'm gonna use that. Yeah.
I'm serious. That's what I take it to mean.
Yeah. Apply it however you want. I give away everything for free anyways.
This is true. I got a great pack, a great quilt. What else? That's all you've given me, like, for keeps. The tent is in my garage, but you can have it back when you have your own garage.
Yeah, you took my summer tent.
The summer. I'll keep the summer home safe for you, darling.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Any further questions?
Well, I just was thinking more. I think there can be more said just on the free outside, because I feel like you always seem the most relaxed and the most yourself, like when we're out hiking or running together.
You haven't seen me alone outside then, because I am even more relaxed.
I can't see you alone.
No one can. Yeah.
We just have to imagine that in our minds.
Yeah, when you're out there and no one's around and no one's judging you, that's when life is best. You can do anything. Now that I've been just like schlepping around in other people's houses, man, all you do is feel anxious and nervous and judged. I can't even pack boxes with people around.
I know.
Pack boxes.
Pack boxes. Oh, is that your accent for the day,
Yep,
Jimmy?
Yeah.
I just keep giving you different names. That's my character. It's obviously someone with dementia who can't remember your name.
Okay, we need to put your college degree to use. So you need to do...
Wait, I have one more question.
Okay, one more.
Tell me your favorite baseball player name, funny baseball player name.
Albert Pujols. Pujols. Pujols.
Is there a hyphen or is it just...
It's Pujols. It's a pretty common last name, but his last name's just Pujols.
Huh.
Not pee holes, but poo holes. Okay, now take us out on a monologue.
On a monologue.
Your best one, your recent audition, if you had one that you can remember.
Oh gosh, let me think. How does it start? Okay, do you really want me to do the whole monologue?
Do some of it, and I'll interrupt you when it's time to end.
Okay. This is the monologue that I did to audition for Little Women, coming to Bozeman Actors Theater in November. I'll be playing Joe March.
Take one.
Free advertising for Bozeman Actors Theater. Take one. Okay. Do not think you can frighten me by telling me I am alone. France is alone, and God is alone. And what is my loneliness before the loneliness of my country and my God? I see now that the loneliness of God is his strength. What would he be if he listened to your jealous little counsels? Well, my loneliness shall be my strength too. In his strength, I will dare and dare and dare until I die. I will go out now to the common people and let the love in their eyes comfort me for the hate in yours. You all be glad to see me burnt, but if I go through the fire, I go through it to their hearts, forever. And so, God be with me. Well, I forgot a line, but oh well, you didn't know that if I didn't tell you.
Yeah, just having that memorized makes sense why you don't know math.
Yeah, my head's too full of words for any numbers to fit in there.
Yeah,
like
wow.
Equations. What is it? The quadratic formula? What's the one that's like plus or minus the square root?
That one.
Is that the quadratic formula? Mm-hmm. Holy shit, I can't believe I remembered that correctly.
Yeah, but you didn't remember the formula.
Yes, I did. It's plus or minus the square root of something. B 32.
Plus or minus the square root of something. Nailed it. That's the formula.
Well, that is the formula, right? Isn't it plus or minus square root symbol? That's the one that's like check mark with a long shelf.
Yeah.
That's the square root. And
All
then
right.
it's like
Our spin-off podcast is called Allison Does Math. So thanks for joining. This was great.
Be safe out there, kids. Stay elite, my friends.